Okay guys, we're on to mission 2 of Infiltrator for the Amstrad, and let's see what Johnny has to do this time. Your second mission is to rescue Dr Phineas Gump from the fiendish enemy prison camp. You must also destroy his weapons laboratory. Yeah, you get some explosives this time. But before we get to that, we've got to get to the base first using his chopper. So as before, you press B to turn on the battery, press S to start the computer, there it is booting up, and then I for ignition. (2,340 RPMs as before you can take off, and then pull back on your joystick and continue pulling back. Some nice sound effects there actually when you start up. Just a shame we've been lumbered with 4-colour graphics. Oh, it's pretty well detailed. So let's find where we need to go. 17.5 is our coordinates, or frequency as it says. So press A on the screen to enter your ADF frequency, 17.5, and we can get on the right way there. I didn't talk much about this on the first part in terms of what it's like as a flight sim. It's not bad actually, it's quite well done. It just lacks sort of a bit of finesse and presentation really. Everything all looks the same there. Well, here we go, here's our first encounter with a plane. So we send up a request ID. And it's Zippy. Apparently he's evil. Zippy was in Rainbow though, so poor old Zippy. Obviously Rainbow was an evil kids program, and this game confirms it. Talking of part 2s, there was a sequel released for Infiltrator, Infiltrator 2, unsurprisingly, but it only got released on the Commodore 64. I don't think any of the versions were done, but it's pretty much apparently identical to the first game. Everything's just been completely lifted, graphics and how missions are done and stuff. Just apart from there's different building layouts and slightly different things you need to do in terms of, I think one mission you have to find all the chemicals and neutralise the chemical processing plant for one mission. But thankfully, I mean, it didn't arrive on the Amstrad or Commodore 64. I think by the point the sequel was released, this game was already looking pretty dated. But you know, as I said, this was a pretty ambitious game for 1986, when the vast majority of games are rather sort of bog standard, simple platformers and shoot 'em ups. You get a flight sim and an action game in one. Well, when I say action game, there's very little action in the second part. Probably what the game needed really, just a bit more exciting action and perhaps being able to shoot and kill your enemies. If you watch through the first part and watch me do that mission, you know, it probably seemed pretty dull. To be fair, I mean, if you mess up and the alarm gets set off, it does get quite intense and get your heart racing as the alarms are blaring away and you've got to rush around and avoid capture. I suppose that's when it gets quite fun and involving. But obviously I've already know all the I've got the maps for the buildings and the layouts and stuff, so I know where I'm going. So I probably won't commentate much on this part and on the final part. think I've pretty much said that's all there, all that needs to be said about the game, really. And I think I decided I'll upload the full video of everything all in one video as well, without any commentary, just for the hell of it, see as it's done. And I'll come back and comments on the second part of the mission when we get there. Okay. Right, so we've successfully landed, and at the start of the second part of this mission. So what we're going to do is go to the oh, there's a mine there, a little sort of black circle there. We're going to go to this first building there, where we can get a janitor's uniform. There's also an ammo room full of gas grenades, so we can stock up on our grenades. You might need them for this mission. This one's a little bit sort of long-winded. There's a lot of sort of moving back and forth between buildings miles apart from each other and backtracking. But once we get the janitor's uniform and ammo, grenades here, we need to go to the building furthest away on the bottom left of the map, where we can find the security card. Then we need to go to the security room in another building sort of further away from that one. Open all the doors. Now we need to go to another building to go to the laboratory to get the invisibility pill, which you'll need for when you rescue Dr Phineas in yet another different building. You give him the pill, it turns him invisible, so you can sneak him out. And then lastly, you got to go back to the building, the laboratory in there, set some explosives, and get back to your chopper. So, fair bit to do in this level. Gets a bit long-winded. And on this building, you're introduced to lifts for the first time as well. There's a second floor. Sorry, obviously there's already lifts on other buildings, but lifts within a building. And this lift takes us to the first floor, which you'll find the janitor's uniform. I think on the room above from us. There you go, that's the janitor's uniform. And if you want to bother going to the other lift in this building and go down, then you'll find the ammo room with lots of gas grenades. Well, 3 of them. But like I said, it's worth stockpiling them, just in case you mess up. I guess what I haven't mentioned so far is there's a good healthy dose of humour running throughout this game. Probably haven't seen much of it so far, But for example, when you get captured, you see a sort of like a conversation dialogue between guards appear on the screen, and they end up sort of searching your pockets, but you've sneakily activated a self-destruct mechanism and it blows everyone up, killing them all. And throughout, if you read the instructions as well, is a pretty sort of hefty set of instructions, with some really ridiculous sort of backstory and silly humour running through it. For example, it describes you as being not only a super soldier, ace helicopter pilot, ballistics expert, engineer, neurosurgeon, politician, movie actor, rock star, world-class motorcyclist, explorer, karate expert, and devil-may-care, all-round nice guy. You, Jimbo, are there to save the day. So there's lots of silly bits of humour in throughout the instruction manual, just to sort of alleviate the game and atmosphere a little bit. It plays rather serious, to be honest. For example, he starts talking about your helicopter having an AM FM radio, seat warmers and all sorts. A bit silly. Like I said, it's an ambitious game and they've put a fair amount of effort into it. So as you probably saw, we got a security card back there. That's in the bottom left room of this building. We also stocked it on some gas grenades. And in one of these rooms somewhere is the alarm key. Now on the Spectrum version, it's in this room here. I don't think it appears in the Amstrad ROM. I think it's in the building at the top of this map to the right. But I'm not going to need it because I know where everything is, and I think we can avoid setting the alarms off. But there's another ammo room in this building to the far right. I think it may be this one here. Yep. So I'll just get some more gas grenades. And let's just see if we can find the alarm key. Bugger off, come on. All that for just some useless files. Now, is this the alarm key hidden here? No, it's a gas grenade. Okay, so the alarm key's elsewhere. Never mind. Oh, maybe it's in this room. No, that's another uniform. I think that uniform actually takes you out of your janitor's uniform back into basically the enemy's uniform, which you're initially disguised with. So we'll leave that be. Right, off to the building with the security room, so we can use the security card and open all the doors that are locked. And I believe it's screen up and screen to the left, the next building we need to go to. Avoid that guard, he's looking the other way, nice. But we've got one there, so maybe we might be able to sneak past this guy. Oops, didn't want to go back up. So we'll gas that dude, so we're still disguised as a janitor. I think I messed up here and got a bit lost. I should have gone up and through that gap there. So sorry, I'll get a bit lost in this one. Can't get, that's the building we need to get to, but we can't. So apologies for wasting your time. Okay, we can sneak past these guys quite easily that I'm walking about. I think you need to walk into them before they ask to search you and see your papers. It's the guards that are stationary and where they're looking that's important. Again, you might as well just stick with sleeping gas selected, because the paper's going to be useless, which I discovered as I was playing the game. Now this building's quite big, and the security room's somewhere in the middle of the map. Sometimes it's quite a trek around these buildings to get to the right room you need. Dead end there. Now I believe there's 2 ammo rooms in this building, and they're at the very top of the map, on the left and right. That room looks interesting, but there's absolutely nothing you do in there. Rooms that are interested are marked as sort of a dark blue colour on your map, you may have noticed. So once you visit an ammo room or find a security room or the laboratory, it will be marked as a dark blue colour on your map so you can remember where they are. Right, we should be getting near to the security room. I think it's up and then right a couple of times. Yeah, here we go. Gas that guy. See if there's any items to grab, and just all you need to do is walk up to that point there and he'll automatically put the card in. So that's all the doors unlocked that we need doing. I think we'll ignore the ammo room. We've got plenty of gas grenades there, and some of our gas spray left as well. Move on. Wow, next thing to do, we need to get to the Dr Phineas's laboratory and find the invisibility pill. It's hidden in a, I think it's in some chest of drawers. No, it's a filing cabinet it's hidden in the laboratory. You can't miss it. It's the only thing you can search in the room anyway, apart from his desk. And we'll sneak into that building. Now his laboratory is on the sort of far left of the map, about sort of 3 rooms up from the bottom. It's not far to get to. Lots of dismembered bodies and filing cabinets. A very strange group of enemies we're encountering here. But the amount of like bottles of vodka and cigarettes you find, seems like you've like wandered into a vodka and cigarette factory. Oh, cigarettes. Lots of cigarettes. If Johnny's a smoker, he'll be one happy boy. Right, there's the sleeping pill, and this is his laboratory, Dr Phineas's. We need to get back there at the very last part of the game and set some explosives. So remember where that is. Okay, so we can now go and rescue Dr Phineas, give him his invisibility pill, feed him, turn him invisible, and he's in the which building is he in again? He's in the bottom. He's in the building furthest away from the helicopter, in the far bottom left of the map. So we've got a little bit of a trek to get round there, so bear with me. I really don't like how they've done this though with sort of stick men though. It looks really crude and basic. Obviously they're trying to get sort of a larger playing area, which is fair enough, but it all looks a little bit sort of crude and basic really. And again, apologies, I think I get lost here. I should have gone down another screen previous. I need to get to that building there, so I need to go all the way back. So once again, sorry for wasting your time. I really hadn't played that game, this game that much before doing it. Had the maps and just gave it a trial run, and job done. Yeah, they're pretty easy to sneak by. Oh, he seemed to ignore me that time, which is nice. Now, Dr Phineas is in the top left room of this building. I think it's quite a trek to get to him. I think you need to circle around the outskirts of the building for, in terms of the room layout. Right, up and then left, left, left. Just thought I'd check and see what Amstrad Action magazine gave this game at the time. Well, they gave it a fairly decent 75% overall. Probably see why. I think it's definitely sort of a 70% game for its time. And I gave it 6.5 out of 10 now. It's not aged particularly well. Oh, there was also another Amstrad magazine at the time called Amtix. They gave it a much lower score of 47%. Right, we're on the right track to Dr Phineas now. Just keep heading left and we'll get to his where he's locked up in his cell. He should be in the next room. There he is. Rather funny looking guy. There we go. He automatically gives him your invisibility pill. In terms of programming this game, it's a bit of a cheat, so you don't have to have a sprite following you around the screen. Handy to have invisibility. Gets a bit annoying that every screen you go on, he pops up and says, "I'll be there yet, Jimbo." Whining little bastard. So all we need to do is go back to his laboratory and set the explosives and get back to our chopper. Okay, so we're nearly done. No, I'm going the wrong way again, like a bell end. Right, we're on the right tracks now. So we're going to the building in the top left. And we can sneak around that guard there easily enough. Now for some reason when you go back in the building your map doesn't always display. I don't know if there's a bit of a bug or not. But you can sort that out by if you go to your inventory then come back out, suddenly the map's appeared again. And we can see where we found the laboratory before. Okay, so gas this dude, go to his desk, choose your explosives, push up on your joystick against the desk and the explosives are set. Make sure you've got gas grenade selected. And you might be able to hear sort of chimes in the background there. That's the countdown. You've got 20 seconds to get out the building before it explodes. Once it explodes, obviously the alarm's gone off, so you need to move quite quickly. So you might as well use all the gas grenades you've collected. Oops, went the wrong way. And obviously the alarm going off, all all the enemies outside and guards will be chasing after you, and they do move faster than you, so you do need to move quick now. But little trick there, you can run along the top there. There's also a few mines around here as well near your chopper, so get your mine detector out just in case. And we've made it back to the chopper, and that's this mission done. There's a mine. There's the explosion, and we've done it. On to the final mission.